circumstances that led to her behavior. And so there's actually a term for that in psychology, and I was like, wow. And I actually shared it with my class. I was like, oh yeah, my mom and I do that all the time. Like, we don't think that people are necessarily bad. There's just circumstances that made.
We always try to see the good in other people too, eh?
Yeah,
Even if they're
relatively.
bad to us.
Yeah.
Even if they're bad to us, we always try our best to see the
Yeah.
good in them. Yeah?
Yeah, I think that they deserve
Yeah,
that.
that's
They
right.
deserve the benefit of the doubt.
Of course, yeah. And then, what else? When you have a misunderstandings, how did you sort things out?
You know, I actually don't necessarily know now because I don't think we've had a misunderstanding in a while. Like, I don't know, like for
before
example,
then, way back then,
like
like-
if we have like clashing opinions on a certain type of
yeah.
thing, what happens is that obviously we're like, no, it's like this is my side, this is my side. But then obviously at the end it's like, okay, whatever, however you see something is however you see it. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna argue with that because that's
We
your
agree
opinion.
to disagree.
Yeah, basically.
It's something like that. We agree
Yeah,
to disagree.
it's like you can respect each other's opinions without having to force it onto
That's
another
true.
person.
And then what else is here? So, okay. Oh, there's another thing. Considering that your dad is an Ilocano, have you and your mom tried speaking in Ilocano?
Well, so I think my mom, I think you know a bit of Ilocano
Yeah.
now from being exposed to the
I
language.
understand, but I don't know how to say.
Yeah, I think living in Tarlac for the longest time, I used to understand a couple of words, a couple of phrases. When people would speak in Ilocano, I would understand what they're saying relatively. But now I think that I'm not necessarily exposed to it often, or that I'm forced to know what people are saying in Ilocano. I feel like I've kind of lost the ability to understand or even speak basic things. Like occasionally I think, how do you say comb in Ilocano? Because I used to remember what the word was and now I just
But
forgot.
I don't know.
And I don't know either. So.
Just Google it. Thank you, Mr. Google. So there's another thing. When someone has done something bad to you, how do you take care of the situation? I think we answered this already.
Did we?
Like we said, we always try to see
Yeah.
the good side. But if you want
Yeah.
to elaborate more, then
Like I
that's
do
fine.
think that obviously when somebody has done something wrong to you, I think like, you know, basic human instinct is to get angry. Like I mean that's a normal human emotion. I don't think many people don't feel anger on
Yeah.
either like a weekly basis.
You're abnormal.
But yeah, it's like I would like to know somebody who doesn't feel anger. Like, but maybe that's like people who are actually good at
Try to
self-control.
manage their thing. But
Yeah,
it's
but
normal.
that's impressive. But anger is quite like, you know,
It's a normal
it's,
thing.
it's normal, and I feel like sometimes we might act impulsively based on our anger. There are times where it's like if you get angry enough, where you do things that you don't want to do. But relatively, I try to control myself on that, and I try to just go. I
You
try
have
to
a
just
perfect example last time when one of your classmates was trying to do something, saying something like is she insulting you or something
Oh,
like that. Yeah.
the one that I think
did
it
you
was like
talk to
the.
her?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
last
remember
night.
that,
So
yeah.
basically, I don't know what came over me. I'm not necessarily the confrontive type in these situations. But so there's this person in my class, and they used to come up to me every now and then, not even every now and then, on a daily basis, and just come up to me and be like, oh, like this is the smart person, this is the try hard person. And so I was like, okay. At first I was patient with it. I was like, okay, whatever, I'm just gonna do my work, because I don't necessarily find those things funny. Like, I don't know, like it depends on the context, if you're saying it as a friend and like jokingly. But the way that she put herself, just coming up to me on my desk and just going off on that, and I was like, that's kind of weird. But so she kept coming up to me, and then one day I just like had enough. I was like, okay, I confronted her in front of my law class when we were waiting for a teacher to come back. I was like, you know what? You're not funny. I don't know what came over me. I don't know. I felt like a bit rude by saying that, looking back at it. But I was like, you know what? You're not funny. Whatever you're telling me is not funny. Like, I get you're trying to be funny and everything, but this is not funny. It's clearly bothering me, and I think for the past week you've been noticing, but I feel like you just, like, I was like, I feel like you just need me to say that this is not okay. And so she was like, oh, okay, like, I'm sorry. And I was like, yeah, like, that, like, you can make those jokes or whatever. Just don't do them on a daily basis, or, like, do them on the weirdest, like, opportunities that you find.
So what was her explanation?
She said that she wanted to be my friend, and at first I was like, really? I actually said that out loud. I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, I actually want to be your friend. And I was like, okay, I mean, like, we can totally be friends. It's just that, like, you know, I don't really like people who are a bit invasive in that manner. But, I mean, like, I guess, like, I don't want to make, like, enemies.
Of course.
I always like staying neutral, even if the person doesn't necessarily, you know, I guess like me or whatever. But I guess that was how I handled that one. That was a good example of handling your anger.
That's a good one. Congratulations.
Yeah. Do we get an award for this one?
You know how this is, how do you call it in Japanese? Ganbate kudasai.
What's the translation?
It's just like, go for it, girl, or something like that. Ganbate kudasai.
Oh.
I don't know, in French, how do you say it in French?
What?
Like
Go for it?
Or
I don't know. There's like different expressions. Like I know go in French is aller, but I don't think it's aller la. I don't think
it's way.
No, it sounds too formal.
Ganbate kudasai is also formal, something like that.
Yeah.
Is she? Okay, so next is for Meow. Is it easy for you to raise any concerns to your mom? How would you do it?
Like, let's see. It depends on what type of concerns. Like, like I mean, I'm not gonna bring up concerns about the house and be like, and be like, oh yeah, my room color's a bit off. I'm gonna complain about that. But
You
but I did. Like, okay, I did that 5 years ago.
After 5 years ago, your
I did that
request
5 years
was-
ago.
Oh, you have a good
you know,
excuse.
speaking.
No, it's not 5 years ago.
No. Speaking of the paint color, you know, I remember when we got it. I have a story on this. When we got it from the paint shop, it looked pastel, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be so happy. And then at the moment that my dad laid the third coat, it was hot pink. It looked. I was like, I feel like I'm inside of a candy
You were
wrapper.
the one who suggested to change the color.
I know.
Way back 6 years ago.
Yeah.
You were the one who and then after a year, you're complaining. And I said, what?
Yeah, I know. And then I was like, oh my gosh, it looked kind of bad, but I don't want to raise anything because it makes me seem like I'm ungrateful. So I held it off for the longest period as I could.
And then you told us about it. After
Yeah, and then I was
2
like,
years.
I was like,
we have a good excuse. There's COVID, so we cannot.
oh
do
yeah,
anything.
exactly. And also because for some reason the room was a lot hotter during the summertime, and it was a bit more humid for some reason, and the paint color and the paint, I guess, texture was like shiny, right? So it was almost like you're in a sauna. So it was kind
So it's good for the winter then.
well. Maybe.
I think we should have put like a
No, because like I like
pink
the.
in your thing, pink in another
No,
area.
now it's
We
like
should
calming.
Divide all
It's
these
not like
things.
it's not like in your face. It's not like you're It's not like you're inside Pepto Bismol bubblegum.
No,
Like,
maybe you're because you're already grown up.
yeah, it's
That's
like
why your mind was.
I remember the day when I asked you guys to paint my room for the first time. You said, "Oh, you might regret this when you grow up."
Yeah.
And look, I regretted
Yeah,
it.
I told you
so.
so.
See, I have to listen. Maybe I have to listen more.
Okay.
But now I forgot what the question was even about because we got a bit
No, it's just
sidetracked with
like
paint.
is it easy
Oh,
to raise
to-
any concerns to your mom?
I guess like
It
concerns.
took you 5 years. No, not 5 years.
No, it was
Yeah.
I bring it up. I bring it up every now and then. I find the
Yeah.
opportunity to bring it up every now and then. But so I think raising concerns in terms of like I guess school, that one's a bit easier. I'll just like be like, oh yeah, this happened at so and so today at school, and then blah blah blah. I don't feel that this was very like justifiable. Blah blah blah. But other than that, I feel like that's pretty much it. Like I mean, I don't raise any other concerns. I don't think I'm like, what do you think? I don't think I raise other concerns, right?
You have you are like having a
Like those red flags, and
Yeah.
it's like I'm raising it constantly.
yeah, raising a concern. Just like you're marching at the front of the federal government.
What is this?
the
It's like I
parliament.
have my own personal flag, and it's like I raise it up every time I have a concern. I don't.
But it's funny. It's okay.
Yeah.
That was actually a good question. Everything is said.
Yeah, they're good questions.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, the last part now.
Mm.
Okay. Is she allowed to have a boyfriend already? What
See,
did I tell you?
you know
What did I tell you?
You know what? So see, we have two opposing answers on both sides of the party here.
What did
So-
I tell you?
No.
Okay, okay.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Okay.
So first it was like, no, you can't have one, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then so my mom was like, one day she was like, oh yeah, the guy better, like, if you do have a boyfriend, you just better tell us this person and all that stuff. And I was like, really? And then my dad goes, no, you can't have one. And then it's like, oh yeah. So it's both like kind of contradicting arguments on this. But that was your thing. I know you said more about marriage, but that doesn't fall under this. So
Did I agree? No, not yet. Did I
yeah,
tell
I know,
you?
but you were
Studies
like,
first.
no, but you one day you were like, if you have one, just tell me. Yeah, you sat down and you said,
Did I?
yeah, you did. I feel like you're forgetting this.
I think I forgot.
But you were like, oh yeah, like it's fine, just tell us. And I was like,
Yeah, but you have to tell us.
yeah, of course. Like it's not like I'm gonna like go run off and. I have my studies. I'm not
Of
gonna
course,
leave my
I-
studies.
The one that I was telling you always that you have to study first.
Yeah, I know, and like I mean, my grades are relatively good, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have no problem. So I think that's the one that closest to thing. Okay, so what else? So I think it's more like that. It's something. I think that's a good.
That's a good way to look at
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at things.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Are there more questions?
no, there are more questions, but I think we have to end it for now.
Oh, okay. It hasn't reached the
Because
limit.
this is a part 1 and part 2. This is
Oh,
already
right.
part 1 and
This
part
is
2.
part one. We have to change
No,
our
this
clothes
is
for part two.
Part 1 and
Oh.
part 2.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess it looks like I didn't change my clothes for part two, but
Because we haven't.
this was all filmed on the same day.
No, because we have like
The time limits.
yeah, and
Yeah,
also we don't have any. It's been a long time since we have our live streaming.
Yeah. I feel like
Maybe we should do live
Yeah, this
streaming
was-
next
maybe we should.
week
This
during
was
Christmas.
this-
So everybody will send us like maybe some of our friends will
Maybe-
send us like a
maybe
gift.
like an early Christmas present.
Like a
We're
gift.
looking for. We don't even have our
can
Christmas tree. I don't even.
We can even sing carols to them.
Oh, what is
Christmas carols.
this? Mamamas ko po.
It's like Manoponi, Manoponi.
It's
Kami po ay namamas ko.
it's like those people that come up to your doors and then like carols and then it's like you have to
We
say.
don't have it.
Yeah, we don't have it here. We don't do that here. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
we should do that. No, but I think
We
we
should
were.
start it to our neighbors.
No, I feel like that would be.
Really off.
I feel like I wouldn't want to show my face after that.
We're wearing a mask. That's what we look like an elf.
I don't even.
Santa's elf.
It's like, do you even know who lives at the end of the block? I don't think you do. I don't either.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we get to know our neighbors often. But
Yeah, because
I feel like our street is quiet, and
Yeah.
I feel like we would like to keep it that way. But so
They're so
I feel
bright.
like this was the video that this video was the replacement for another
For the
video.
live stream.
No, not for the live streaming, for the baking one. But we were like, oh, that's a bit like that's time consuming. So we said no. maybe we could do that on the next
Did
video.
you check the apple jam?
It's still okay.
It's still okay?
Yeah, I checked it the other day, and it was like for some reason.
That was the other day. But how about today?
I'm sure it'll be fine. I checked it yesterday. I don't think it's all of a sudden gonna run away from us.
Okay, that's fine. Okay,
Unless it
so
ran
I think
away.
you have to end the video.
Yeah, so I guess thank you guys for watching this video. I don't even know what to call this anymore.
It's
It
a
was
random.
Yeah, it was a very random video, but thank you guys for those who actually stayed and watched the full thing. Thank you guys once again, and I hope you guys stay safe. And that's it. Thank you. God bless.